Time now for the morning rush. We are learning that how detectives say that they were able to trace 3 cold case rapes back to a New Mexico music teacher. Investigators knew for years that 2 known attacks in Alabama and 1 in Colorado were connected. The perpetrator, investigators now say, was Elliot Higgins, who died in 2014, but it wasn't until now that genealogy research linked him to those crimes.
The families of 3 Moriarty High School students are still reeling after a sleepover turned tragedy. Christopher Pierce, Nathan Stack, and Malachi Aguilar Ramsey were found dead in the garage of one of the teens' Edgewood homes Sunday morning. Police are still investigating, but say carbon monoxide poisoning from a propane heater may have been the cause of death.
A SWAT standoff at an extended stay hotel on Manal ended last night with a pair of arrests. 2 people were holed up inside of a hotel room as APD tried to communicate with them. APD says that 1 of the 2 people had an outstanding warrant, and both eventually were surrendered and arrested. Erica.
And here's a look at our school day forecast. Temperatures this morning are in the low 30s. Make sure you're wearing your warm winter layers because we're not going to warm up very much today. And we'll be seeing spotty snow and rain showers throughout the day.
A proposed city council ordinance meant to address the affordable housing in Albuquerque would put limits on short-term rentals, hoping it would open up more long-term housing. The legislation defines a short-term rental as a property that's rented for 29 days or fewer and would limit the number of permits to 1,200 citywide.
A House resolution intended to give legislators salaries has passed its first committee. A fiscal impact report says that if the commission started salaries at $50,000 a year, the cost would exceed $5.5 million. That resolution passed on a 5-3 vote and now moves on to the House Judiciary Committee.
A resolution that would extend the legislative session and allow the carryover of bills from year to year is advancing this morning. According to a fiscal impact report, it would cost an extra $3 million to lengthen the session. Erica.
And here's a look at our threat index. It is moderate. We'll be seeing these snow showers through the morning and slippery roads as a result across central New Mexico.
President Biden is giving his State of the Union address this evening. The White House says that the president will tout progress on the economy as federal data shows easing inflation. Arkansas Governor Sarah Huckabee with Sanders will deliver the official Republican response.
This morning, mandatory evacuation orders have been extended to residents of Ohio and Pennsylvania after a train carrying hazardous material derailed near the state border. The scene is still active and dangerous. The company that owns the rail cars says after a successful controlled explosion last night, the hazardous material is now burning off.
The death toll following Monday's devastating earthquake in Turkey and Syria continues to climb this morning as rescue crews search through the rubble for survivors. So far, more than 5,000 people are dead, tens of thousands injured, and thousands of buildings collapsed. The White House says that the U.S. is sending 2 search and rescue teams immediately to provide aid. Erica.
All right, let's get a check on traffic. The maps are seeing a slowdown at the intersection of Irving and Coors Boulevard due to a rollover. Avoid that area if you can. And here's a look to the Big I. We do have some snow coming down here in downtown Albuquerque.
Children's hospitals, nursing homes, shelters, and even some frontline employers, they are all accepting Valentine's Day cards and treats this year. St. Jude Children's Hospital is accepting virtual cards. Well, the Research Hospital is also accepting some monetary donations and has partnered with Amazon Smile for donations and giftable items. AARP is now bringing back its Cupid Crew initiative, sending heartfelt messages to socially isolated seniors, spreading the love.
Time now for the 5 facts.
At number 5, a pair of Albuquerque brothers. They are getting ready for a national Taekwondo competition that could put them on the international stage. Cheney and Cooper Cecil, they are now preparing for their USA Taekwondo team trials. They practice three times a week at the Bates Premier Taekwondo. The coach, Chi Bates, says that he is proud to see his students succeed in this tough sport, especially Cheney. USA Taekwondo team trials will be held this weekend in Tulsa.
At number 4, a series of bills passing through the legislature right now would crack down on serial shoplifters. Republican House Bill 55 and the governor-backed House Bill 234 would essentially allow prosecutors to go after repeat shoplifters and combine their offenses for more serious charges and penalties. One of the shoplifting bills got tabled in committee. Another bill made its way through its last committee and is moving forward in the roundhouse.
And at number 3, it is a snowy morning out there, so there will be some icy spots on the roads, and that will be all the way east and west on I-40 and north and south on I-25 to the northern mountains and down to around Socorro.
And number 2, a proposed city council ordinance meant to address the affordable housing in Albuquerque would put limits on short-term rentals, hoping it would open up more long-term housing. The legislation defines a short-term rental as a property that's rented for 29 days or fewer and would limit the number of permits to 1,200 citywide. Right now, the city says around 600 short-term rental properties have permits in Albuquerque, but they estimate they are closer to 1,200 in operation.
And at number one, we are learning how detectives were able to trace 3 cold case rapes back to a New Mexico music teacher. In all 3 cases, the victims gave a similar description of a man with distinctive red cheeks. The perpetrator, investigators now say, was a well-known New Mexico music teacher. Elliot Higgins died in 2014 at the age of 73, but it was not until now that genealogy research linked him to the crimes. There's no indication that Higgins has been tied to any rape cases here in New Mexico.